Have you ever wished you could sit in a real English conversation and simply listen? Not a scripted lesson, not a robotic dialogue, but a real, emotional, natural talk between two people, using real sentences, real emotions, real connection? Today, you're going to experience exactly that. In this video, you'll listen to a complete conversation between a man and a woman as they meet at a cafe after years apart. By listening, you'll train your ears, your mind, and your speaking habits. You'll learn how fluent English sounds, how feelings are expressed, how ideas are shared. So put on your headphones, relax, and let's dive into this beautiful conversation.
Wow, I honestly can't believe it's you, standing right here after all these years. You know, it's strange because when people drift apart, you always wonder if you'll ever cross paths again. And today feels almost surreal. There were so many times when I thought about picking up the phone, about reaching out, about finding the right words to say. But life kept moving faster than I could catch it. Seeing you right now, in this cozy little cafe with the rain outside, reminds me of those long talks we used to have. Do you remember? Back when dreams felt close enough to touch, and worries were just stories we told ourselves. It's funny, isn't it, how time passes, but some connections remain untouched, like they were frozen in a perfect moment.
I know exactly what you mean. And honestly, standing here, looking at you, hearing your voice, it feels like not a single day has passed. You know, life has a way of sweeping us into these currents, pulling us in different directions, filling our days with responsibilities, deadlines, and endless checklists. And before we realize it, years slip through our fingers like sand. But some memories, some people, they don't fade. They stay vivid, waiting patiently to resurface at just the right moment. I can't even count how many times I walked into a random coffee shop in a new city and thought, this feels like the places we used to find by accident, the ones we used to sit in for hours. I guess deep down, some parts of us remain untouched by time, and today proves that to me more than anything else.
I'm so glad you said that because honestly, there was a tiny part of me that was nervous about today. I wondered if we would still have anything in common, if conversation would feel forced, if the years would have built walls between us that we couldn't climb over. But sitting here talking to you, I realized that the real connections, the ones that are built on honesty, laughter, shared dreams, and even shared silences, they don't vanish just because life happens. In fact, maybe life happening makes them even more precious. There's so much I want to tell you, so much I want to ask. But for now, I'm just grateful that we're here, sharing this moment, letting the world outside slow down for a little while.
You know, it's strange how the simplest moments sometimes carry the most weight. I mean, think about it. We spend our days chasing after big moments, big achievements, big dreams, thinking those are the things that will make us happy. But right now, sitting here with an old friend, a cup of coffee in hand, the rain falling gently outside, I feel a kind of happiness that no big achievement has ever given me. It's the kind of happiness that sneaks up on you, reminds you that life isn't about the grand, perfect moments, but about these small, imperfect, beautiful ones. And maybe that's something I had to grow up to realize. Maybe growing older isn't about changing who we are, but about finally understanding what truly matters.
That's such a beautiful way to put it, and you're right, absolutely right. I think there's a part of us that will always chase the next goal, the next step. And maybe that's important too, maybe that's what keeps us moving forward. But somewhere along the journey we have to pause, we have to look around, we have to recognize the people who stayed, the memories that stuck, the lessons that shaped us. I used to believe success was about having everything figured out, ticking all the right boxes, being admired by everyone. Now I think real success is having peace in your heart when you sit quietly with yourself. And right now, in this moment, I feel more successful than I ever have because I'm here, present, connected, alive.
You know, if there's one thing life has taught me, it's that it's okay to not have it all figured out. It's okay to stumble, to fall, to feel lost sometimes. What matters is that we keep showing up for ourselves, for the people who matter, for the dreams that refuse to die inside us. I think conversations like this are rare, not because people don't care, but because they're afraid to be vulnerable, afraid to slow down and really see each other. I'm grateful that we're not afraid today, that we can sit here, be real, share not just our stories, but also our silences. Because real connection isn't just talking. It's listening, feeling, being present. And I missed that more than I realized.
So here we are, two friends, two stories, two lives that travel different roads, but somehow found their way back to a familiar moment. A simple conversation, a shared memory, a real connection. And that's what life is really about. It's not about having perfect English. It's not about speaking without mistakes. It's about speaking with heart, with honesty, with courage. Because real fluency is not when you say everything right. It's when you say everything true. So speak, even if your words are not perfect. Speak, even if you feel nervous. Speak, because your voice matters. Your story matters. Your connection matters. And the world needs to hear it. Have you ever wanted to sit inside a powerful English conversation? Not the boring ones, not the robotic ones, but a real, exciting, emotional conversation that feels alive. Today, you'll experience a real talk between two people. You'll hear real emotions. You'll hear real dreams. You'll hear real English. And as you listen, you won't just learn English. You'll feel it. You'll live it. You'll become part of it. Get ready to listen, learn, and change the way you think about speaking English. Let's begin.
You know, if someone had told me 5 years ago that we'd meet here like this, I would have laughed so hard. I mean, look at us, two dreamers who thought they had it all figured out, and yet somehow life had a better plan. There were days when I felt like giving up completely, like maybe I wasn't strong enough to handle the failures, the loneliness, the uncertainty. But standing here today, feeling the breeze, seeing the world still spinning beautifully despite my chaos, I realize something. Success isn't about the moments that everyone sees. It's about the battles you fight alone, the nights you cry in silence, and the mornings you choose to rise again, even when nothing makes sense. And seeing you here, after all the storms we both survived, it feels like the universe decided to reward us with this moment.
I couldn't agree more. And honestly, there were times I doubted everything. There were nights when the city lights felt like silent judges, when every closed door echoed louder than any applause I had ever dreamed of. I thought chasing dreams meant walking a golden path. No one tells you about the dirt roads, the detours, the times you question your own worth. But maybe those are the moments that shape us. Maybe success isn't the applause. Maybe success is standing back up after every fall. Maybe it's in holding on to that tiny, stubborn flame inside you that refuses to die, even when the whole world tries to blow it out. And seeing you today, hearing your voice, it reminds me, the journey was never just about reaching a destination. It was about who we became on the way there.
Exactly. And you know what's even crazier? We spend so much time worrying about what we don't have. About the next goal, the next milestone, the next validation. But right now, in this moment, I don't feel like I'm missing anything. I'm not thinking about tomorrow. I'm not regretting yesterday. I'm just here, alive, breathing, talking to someone who reminds me that dreams are not meant to be trophies. They're meant to be lived, shared, felt, and sometimes even broken, so that they can be rebuilt stronger. If that's not magic, then I don't know what is.
It is magic. It's the kind of magic we often miss because we're too busy chasing illusions. The kind where simple conversations under a burning sky heal wounds that success could never touch. You know, Sophia, I realized something lately. The real victories aren't the awards, the titles, or the big celebrations. The real victories are quiet. They're in the moments you choose kindness over anger. In the moments you keep dreaming, even when you're tired. In the way you smile even when your heart is heavy. And in the way you show up for the people you love, even when you feel empty inside. Those are the moments that truly define us. And if that's what life is about, then I think we're winning more than we realize.
God, you have no idea how much I needed to hear that today. It's funny, isn't it? We spend years learning how to achieve, how to impress, how to win. But no one teaches us how to just be. How to sit with ourselves in silence and still feel whole. How to measure our success not by how high we climb, but by how much we grow through the falls. And here we are, living proof that broken roads still lead to beautiful places. I'm proud of us, not because we made it, but because we never stopped moving forward, even when every part of us wanted to turn back.
And that's what makes the difference. Not talent, not luck, but heart. Pure, stubborn, unbreakable heart. The willingness to fall in love with the process, not just the prize. The courage to write your story, even when no one is clapping. You and I, we didn't just survive. We evolved. We didn't just chase dreams. We lived them. We bled for them. We gave them pieces of ourselves. And somehow, we're still standing. Still dreaming. Still speaking our truth out loud. And honestly, I wouldn't trade that for anything.
And so, under a golden sky, two old friends stood. Not perfect, not polished, but real. And real is where magic lives. They didn't need perfect words. They didn't need perfect sentences. They just needed heart. And that's what English fluency truly is. Not speaking like a textbook. Not sounding like a robot. But speaking with life. With feelings. With stories. With soul. So if you're waiting for perfect English before you speak, don't. Speak now. Speak with your heart. Speak with your scars. Speak with your dreams. Because real English isn't about perfection. It's about connection. And every time you dare to speak, you build a bridge. To another heart. To another soul. To a better you. Speak. Life. Dream. And keep moving forward. Because your voice matters. Your story matters. You matter.